Let's take on the house advantage. Pete McCarthy here for Odds Shoppers. We break down what is an 8-game NBA slate and give you some of the top plays if you want to play against the house at No House Advantage. We can hit for 21 times your money. Hey, be sure to like, subscribe, and we'll let you know right now that we launched our first sport-specific YouTube channel today, OddsShopper Golf. Don't forget to check that out. It will have all of our regular golf content with our crew of golf analysts, including Ben Rossa, former ISU caddy Eric Lindquist, Eitan Shander, and more. And it will include betting picks, course and player analysis, parlays, one-and-done picks, you name it. Link is in the description. And, of course, hit that subscription button to know when our content goes live. Right now, we're focused on the NBA. We're going to Tatum, 8.5 rebounds is the line if you're playing versus the house. Let's pound the under on that. Where our projection looks at 7.7. Now, he's going up against the Detroit Pistons. One thing about Tatum, he has been racking up the rebounds of late. He's had at least 9 in 9 of his last 11 games. But two things I really like here. So our projections have him under. Those projections are free. Go to stochastic.com, NBA, free tools and data, No House Advantage. And you can see it all laid out as the numbers change over the course of the day. You will know exactly what the percentage chance that you have of hitting on this is. And we are over that magical line to me of 60%. We're at 62% chance of Tatum being under on the rebounds. And the other way I like to double check things is just looking at what the sports books have, right? Because No House Advantage, the odds are essentially the same for all of these picks. We're trying to get 2 out of 2, 3 out of 3, 5 out of 5. They could be, minus 150 at the sports books, and we're getting really good value on that. And you can see at the sports books, Tatum is about minus 125, so there is some juice on the under here for Tatum. So even though of late he's been racking up all of these rebounds, when I see both our projections and the sports books pointing towards the under here, that's a really good play. And so we're going to get under on this rebounding total for Jayson Tatum of the Boston Celtics. We'll look at one of his teammates in a moment, but if you're unfamiliar with No House Advantage, there are a couple of ways to play. We're talking about playing versus the house. This is just selecting props, over, under. You can mix in whatever sports you like. We have free projections, as I mentioned, over at stochastic.com. Utilize those. You can hit for 21 times your money if you do hit 5 out of 5. That is a payout number that you don't typically see. You can download the app. You could play through your browser as well. They also have pick'em contests in No House Advantage. This is my favorite way to play. And this is where you can hit for, I believe it's $5,000 first place in the NBA today. $20,000 for the Super Bowl contest coming up on Sunday. First place is $20,000. So be sure to keep an eye on that. You can join the contest now, get in, start taking a look at some of the props as we have already had a week to look at everything for the Chiefs-Eagles Super Bowl 57 coming up in 6 days now. So utilize all that. But I always like the pick'em contest because you can hit those big numbers and you get to beat other people, which I enjoy. If you haven't joined No House Advantage yet, use the link below, and they have a $100 free deposit match. You put in $100, they're going to give you another $100 to play with. So be sure to utilize that. All right, Derrick White. See, I told you we'd get to a teammate of Tatum's. We're looking at 13.5 points. Got another under for you. Same thought process here, right? 60% chance of the under based on our free projections at Stochastic. We like that. And when you combine that with the sports books having this at about minus 124, hey, that's an absolute play. If you're not sure where to get that info for the sports books, go check out OddsShopper. You can see at least some of the props and what the best numbers are. If you are playing versus the books, I mean, definitely sign up for OddsShopper. Go all in. It's going to help you win money. Tools that allow you to have a positive return on investment. But even if you don't pay, you can at least utilize it. Take a look at what some of the lines are on these players. If you're playing at some place like No House Advantage, and you'll see there's some juice on the under with the points for White. Our projections like the under on the points, so we could jump on that. Again, we are going against the recent trend. White has scored at least 14 points in 5 straight games, but I'm always going to look at it. If I have both the stochastic projection and the juice in the sportsbooks on my side, that is something that I'm going to look to play. So that's where we're looking with Derrick White. Next up, Walker Kessler, 9.5 rebounds, the line on him. Now, Kessler's an interesting case here. So as of now, we have a projected for an under at 62%, and the books like him as an under as well. I think the key is going to be what happens with Jared Vanderbilt tonight. Now, Vanderbilt is questionable. He didn't practice yesterday due to back spasms. I'm not exactly sure how much it's going to affect Kessler's playing time, right? Kessler is a center, and we're looking at a power forward in Vanderbilt, and Vanderbilt's only missed 2 games all year, so we don't have like a ton to look at where we could say, okay, when Vanderbilt is out, these guys pick up minutes. If you go back to the 2 games that Vanderbilt missed, they were all the way back November 6th and 7th. So we're talking about 3 months ago now. Kessler wasn't starting at the time. He did see a slight bump in his minutes. So maybe that's what we're looking at tonight if Vanderbilt does not play. But, it doesn't look like it's going to be an absolute major make or break factor. I can tell you our projections have Vanderbilt is playing tonight. So that's going to be something to keep an eye on. If you want to try to jump on it early in the day, hope Vanderbilt plays. And even if Vanderbilt doesn't play, I think you still have a decent shot here with the under on 9.5 rebounds for Kessler. But that's kind of the breakdown of how it looks with this particular prop right now. I think if Kessler plays, you'll probably see this be a little more even. But as of now, you have a couple of things in your favor with both the projection as well as what we're seeing at the sports books, where it's minus 125 for the under on the rebounds for Walker Kessler. Hey, if you're playing DFS, be sure to check out our lineup generator over at stokastic.com. We utilize cutting-edge algorithms to analyze player data. It's a fancy way of saying we simulate the games and give you some of the top lineups that are out there. You can determine just how chalky you want your lineups to be. If you're playing in a contest, you got to beat 40,000 people. You probably want to be a little contrarian, and you can tell it exactly how contrarian you would like to be. But it's a tremendous way to build lineups quickly, and you can mass enter them as well. That is behind the paywall. It's included when you sign up for our DFS packages at Stokastic, which I cannot recommend enough. But yeah, good luck on versus the house tonight, and hit for 21 times. Tell me all about it. Good luck.